Was the plan to redshirt there?
No, we didn't have enough depth. The plan was for nobody to redshirt. There's not enough depth. We were thin on numbers. We signed no one in the 2020 class. When we were initially going after those guys, it was no plans to, never is a plan to redshirt.
For sure. So when you saw his weight, kind of were you like, oh, it's going to take this kid some time to develop and get him in the weight room, or what did you think initially?
Yeah, we had to attack it. The guys in the weight down in the weight room, nutrition staff, everybody here. It was a group effort. They did a tremendous job putting the weight on him, getting him where he needed to be gradually. Not just you can't just pack on 25 pounds like I easily can. They had to do a good job with him and bring him along gradually, and they did a really good job.
Did you have any nerves just going out with him being the starter, in place of your, two-time captain?
No, we've had freshmen start in this system before. We've had be very, very successful. Those young men put the time and energy in the moment they walk on campus, as far as learning the scheme and being ready to go and put them in situations. So no, there was not a bit of hesitation.
How did you assess his first game?
Did a really good job. I mean, he hadn't played a football game in 2 years. Pretty good for not playing a game in 2 years.
And with this offense that he's facing this week, it's much different than the one he's playing last week. Kind of, how do you prepare him for that and what he's going to see versus Stanford?
You're going to see a different style of football team. You see a lot of personnel groupings, all those things like that. They're going to pride themselves on running the ball and being physical. So he's got to match that, and it's the entire room's got to match that, not just him. So we all have to answer that.
And what did that 3rd and 2 tackle that Calen had, forced that punt early in the game, what did that show you about him?
I think it just showed that he reverted back to his training. A lot of times when somebody gets their first opportunity, they're a young guy, they kind of just revert back to just say it's the right way, just revert back to just not trusting their training and just kind of improvising. That was fundamental tackle, wrapping the lower body, finishing, everything like that. So it was very good to see him make a play, trusting his training, and pulling the trigger and going to do it.
You've coached in the Big 12 and now the Pac-12 for a year. What's it like for you to see an offense like Stanford's and coach against that?
We saw Kansas in the Big 12, Kansas State, I'm sorry, that was similar to that. So we've seen similar offenses. We're at the University of Houston. It's just another challenge. It's another opportunity to go put a different phase of the game against us and relish the challenge.
Overall, when you watched the tape, what did you think of your unit, how they performed?
I thought we left some plays on the table. I think there's some plays that we would love to have back. It's never as good as it is. It's never as bad as it is. They were a good opponent, but we got some things we certainly got to clean up.
What did you make of Greg's performance? Obviously, the big pick six.
It's a good job. I mean, it was a coverage that we invested a lot of reps in over spring ball, over the summertime, over training camp, and it paid off for us. He played it well. He trusted his training. He made an instinctive play and finished it. So it was fun to see for him. I know he busted his tail off to get back after the injury last year, and for him to have the success in his first game back was really the cool thing of college football is to see young men fight back and come back and have success and do that again. A tribute to our training staff, a tribute to the weight room and all those guys, getting him back on the field ready to play.
Sorry if you were already asked about Calen, but a guy like that stepping in as a true freshman in his first game, what do you make of?
I think I put on a lot of weight.
It was, the next guy up mentality. The stage wasn't too big for him. We've had other guys in this system play as true freshmen before. If you're good enough, you're going to play. And losing Isaiah, unfortunately, presented that situation. Everybody's a play away across the board, so you never know what's going to happen when you're ready to respond. We always say this, when you go in the game as a backup, everybody's going to go, oh crap, he's in, or oh crap, he's in. It's going to be the, we don't say crap, but.
What was the first play that kind of told you he was going to be okay in there?
I think the game was like 3 months ago. Maybe the third down stop. I couldn't put my finger on it. I don't really didn't think about these guys going forward.
Does he remind you of anyone that you worked with personally?
No, everybody's kind of unique. He has some traits of some guys. No one in particular. I mean, he's Calen Bullock, and that he's on this football team.
Stanford always seems to have tight ends and those big wide receivers. San Jose State brought a couple tight ends. What does that sort of do to prep you going forward, I guess?
The tight end at San Jose is a real heck of a football player. That'll give us presents the challenge there of him boxing us out and making some catches there. Stanford's going to do the same thing with trying to get big body us and do that. And they've got receiver threats that are also good. So they were a good test early, and we're going to be tested every week. So we just got to accept the challenge and get after it this week.
That was your first game in the Coliseum with fans. What did you think of that?
I was here before in different colors before with fans. It felt good to be on that home sideline.